What is a constitutional convention? That's been an issue with the Convention of States folks. They say, oh, this is not a constitutional convention. They don't want you using that language, that it's a constitutional convention. Because if you do, then those of us who have studied our history remember what happened at the last convention, Constitutional Convention. 1787, they were told, go in there and tweak the Articles of Confederation to make them suitable for the new Union. What did they do? Did they tweak the Articles of Confederation? No, they didn't. They started from scratch, came up with a whole new form of government. Could that happen again? Question mark.
Wrong, Michael. Any real student of history would know that the convention in Philadelphia was not called by the Continental Congress, but by the resolution from the Annapolis Convention. Congress, under the Articles of Confederation, had no authority to call such a gathering. An honest reflection on history would show that John Tyler, James Madison, and others realized that the Union was in serious trouble. The Articles of Confederation was little more than a treaty of 13 separate entities. The federal government had no power to resolve the tariffs, trade barriers, and outright rebellions that was occurring among them. The 13 states were invited to convene in Annapolis, Maryland in September of 1786 by James Madison. Their purpose then was to remedy defects in the federal government and to reform the United States commercial regulations due to a multitude of protectionist rules. The convention was poorly attended by delegations from only 5 states. Those that did attend, however, debated and concluded that merely amending the Articles of Confederation was insufficient. They called for a more robust and inclusive gathering, focusing on a broader solution. This is stated from the resolution of the Annapolis Convention submitted to Congress and the 13 states. Your commissioners would themselves concur and use their endeavors to procure the concurrence of the other states in the appointment of commissioners to meet at Philadelphia on the second Monday in May next, to take into consideration the situation of the United States, to devise such further provisions as shall appear to them necessary to render the Constitution of the federal government adequate to the exigencies of the Union, and report such an act for that purpose to the United States assembled, as when agreed to by them and afterwards confirmed by the legislatures of every state, will effectively provide for the same. The Constitutional Convention of Philadelphia was not a runaway convention, but proceeded under the intent of which it was called. Our Constitution is not illegitimate, but a carefully crafted document which established a government not based on totalitarianism, but to serve and be responsible to the people of this new nation. And within the new Constitution is the tool that we, the people, may use to amend the Constitution, should the federal government become so powerful and oppressive that it fails to respect the freedoms and rights of its citizens. That tool is contained in Article 5 of the Constitution.